This is a primer, a small primer, on how to get to the math software and also a little bit on how to use it effectively. From the Blackboard screen, you have clicked on the math course which you are in, and you'll see this menu over here. For right now, this is what we're going to look at, is homework and tests, because this is where you will go to start your work. I click on it, and here I am. This is all the items that are available to you. The two main ones, the support tools, I'm not actually sure what this one does. Knowledge base, so if you have a question, it's almost like a Google for Pearson. My MathLab browser check to see if your browser is acceptable for the Pearson product. Learn how to register. These are some help topics that might be useful for you. I have a couple of them already pasted in the announcement for today, which you've already gone through. These are the two biggies. Here's your e-text, which will give you your textbook. And I'm not going to click on that one. That will bring up a text for you. You can have it at the same time this opened. This is where your math assignments are. Okay, so I click on this one. And here are the assignments. And this is, I'm doing this for an algebra class, but my stat class, you'll see the exact same thing format-wise. The only difference is the assignments are different. But section 1, homework, 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 homework. A pre-test statistics does not have that. I'll cover that later on as you get closer to the test, and a test. Just a moment on pre-test. This is to get you ready for a test, and this is only for algebra. And you can take this 1,000,000 times, and it simulates a test. And then you would take test 1, and this is true for both statistics and algebra. You have 3 attempts at taking a test. I take the highest score of 3. You don't need to take all 3. Whenever you're satisfied with the one you have, you don't need to take any more. You do need to take a test or a pre-test if you're in algebra in one sitting, which means you don't get to get up, go watch a movie, and come back 3 hours, 4 hours later, as you probably will have timed out by then. Not because I have all my tests are unlimited time, but some internet connection might have happened, or Blackboard might have closed up, or the math software might have closed up, whatever. But you do it in one sitting. So let's go to the section 1 homework. Click on it. This is what you'll see. And question 1, that looks like a good place to start. Question 1. There's 35 questions. Scored 1 in my case. This one over here. I was messing around with this and turned in a wrong answer just for fun. And let's go to question 1. These questions are set up so that there's really no reason you shouldn't get 100% on these things. And the reason is you're going to check your answer. So let me actually move to a different question here that's easier to demonstrate my point. Let's go over this way. Let's find one that's Okay, perfect. This is perfect. Determine whether 513 is a solution of this. So what you would do is substitute this 5 in for x. And 3x times 5 is 15 minus 5 is 10. Is 10 equal to 13? Why, no, it's not. But you get 3 attempts here. And I'm going to put in the wrong answer. And usually you get 3 attempts. But because this is just a yes-no answer, it's smart enough to know this is your final check. So you hit this one, and you get to check your answers. In this case, it says, sorry, that's not correct. And it says, go to the next question. Well, actually, if you just hit the similar question button, it's going to give you the same question and redo it again so that you can get this right. Okay, now we've got 12x minus 9, and now we're starting to get into some bigger numbers, which my poor brain may not be able to handle, but we'll see here. 6 times 12 is 72, minus 9 is 63. Is 63 equal to 9? No, it's not. So I would put no here and final check. But let's say that I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. And this is a simple question that generally you're not going to get stuck on. But here's your help areas. Question help. This is one of your big weapons right here. View an example. And here's the other one, textbook. But as I showed you at the beginning of this video, the textbook could be opened from another screen. If you open this one, you cannot have this one opened. You can't have any 2 of these open. Only one. You can't have 3 open. You can't have 4 open. But this is generally where people will go as their first shot of how to do this problem. So I click on it, and this is what comes up. And here's the help part. Here's what you're trying to do. And as you continue through this thing, it gives you more and more information about how to solve this and tells you what to do. If you want, you notice how this is really kind of chunky to look at. If you hit the question help and print, you can print this whole answer here. Or you can just show it to your screen. Just say when it says print, to print preview, and the whole thing shows up. And I'm not going to go through that because this is a long video as it's turning out to be, and I didn't expect that. So I'm going to close this one. So here's a good starting point to see how to solve this problem. I'm closing it, going back to question help. I'm not going to go to the textbook, as the textbook will show you. Could have already gotten there. This is a video of some person kind of like me, only it works for Pearson, giving you a demonstration like if you were in a classroom. So that might be your learning style. So you could possibly click on this. Help me solve this is view an example, only it asks you interactive questions to help you along. At least it does on most of these. Now on this simple problem it may not, but we'll see. Yeah, in this case. So in the example it didn't ask you what value should you substitute for x. Well, what should I put there? X would be 6. So I'd put the number 6. And then I would check the answer. Good job. What value would be substituted for y? Y looks like 9 to me. So I put the number 9. Check answer. Fantastic. Okay. Etc., etc. And it's going to do this all the way through to help you step by step. This is a very useful tool if you're really stuck. I don't think you should always use this tool right when you're starting the problem, because you get used to doing these little itty bitty steps. And then when you get a problem on a test that looks like this, you don't know all the steps. You're just used to doing the little ones. So it's good to get for a breakthrough type process, but on the whole, I would try and stick with show me an example and take it from there. Okay, I'm going to close this. And then, whoa, look at this. They're sneaky. And they have put in a different problem because the problem we just worked was just with the numbers which were provided in this problem. In this case, I substitute 8 in here, so I have 80 minus 14 is 66. Is 66 equal to 1? No, it's not. And I do a final check. Fantastic. And it says, do you want to go next question? No, I don't. I want to go back. And where's the go back? This is the go back. Print, or I can close. I'm learning this portion of as I go here. I'm going to close this and see what happens. Hopefully it will go back, and it did not. And I'm running out of time in this video. Here's the save button up here. So let's just hit the save button. And it's saving my results for me. And now I can go back. And because this is homework, I can come back anytime. I don't need to do it in a single sitting. If this would have been a pre-test or a test, you'd have been stuck doing this whole thing once you start. Okay, now having said all this, I am going to put this video to rest, and hopefully I did it okay.